guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my best high school tips and advice. So as many of you guys know, I am in grade 12 and I actually just graduated and finished all the rest of my grade 12 courses, and I am heading to university in the fall, so I thought that this was the perfect time to make a high school advice video. So if you are in high school or if you are entering high school in the fall, whatever, these tips should help you. I'm going to be talking about friendships, relationships, grades, and just general things like that I know I wish somebody had told me when I was in like the 9th and 10th grade, because looking back at those years, I'm telling you, I made some mistakes that I just cringe on now. So I'm going to be giving you guys some advice to hopefully make it so that you guys don't make the same mistakes. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to say that this video is a collab with Kate Marie. Her channel is absolutely amazing. I am obsessed with all of her videos. She is so kind, so caring, and also her aesthetic of her channel is just, it's amazing. It's what I strive for on my channel. So you guys should definitely go check her out. She made a middle school tips video. So if you guys are in middle school or going into middle school, or even if you just know somebody who is in middle school, then you should definitely watch her video. It's absolutely amazing, and she's got some great tips there. So I'll have her video linked down below in the description, as well as her channel, so you guys should subscribe and check her out. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get right on into the video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is a thing that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys want to know about my stance on, which is high school relationships. So I didn't really date anyone in high school. I kind of had like a few like things with guys, whatever they call it when you're young. I don't even know. But honestly, when I was younger and entering high school in grade 9 and 10 and things like that, all my friends were dating. All my friends were dating in like grade 7 and 8, and I always felt like I was like super behind and really left out. So then when I entered high school, I was like, okay, like I need to find a boyfriend or otherwise I'm not cool or whatever. And I just was like so fixated on that honestly I wasn't, when I was like looking at guys, I wasn't even really concerned about like if I actually wanted to date them or not. It was more of just like, okay, well, if they like me, I have to date them because that's what you do in high school. And honestly, I don't know if it's just me who made that mistake or if it's more of a common mistake, but honestly, I feel like it needs to be put out there that if you don't date anyone in high school, that is okay. Like, I feel like in movies and TV shows, they always have like these 16-year-olds in super mature relationships, and honestly, that never happens in high school. I mean, I know that there might be like the odd couple at your school that like actually makes it, but the majority of them will not, and the majority of them are not in mature and good relationships, and that's just the truth. That is just the honest to goodness truth. And honestly, a lot of them are not even with those people for the right reasons. Like I said, so many people just want to date just to get it over with, and that's not the right reason to be dating. So obviously, if there is someone that you really like, I'm not saying, oh, don't have a relationship with that person because it won't last. That's not what I'm saying at all. I think that if there is the right person in your life who you feel like you want to be with, then I definitely suggest doing that. However, I don't feel like it is right to date someone just for the sake of it, and don't feel pressured to date, because honestly, I know a lot of people, there's more people than you think that graduate high school without being in a relationship. So it is not a grad requirement, and I know like the movies and TV shows make it seem like that, but I promise it is not. Okay, so friendships. I have something to say about this one. So when I was in grade 9, I entered my grade 9 class and I did not know a single person. And this is not just me complaining about having no friends or anything like that. Like, I literally, genuinely did not know a single person. There was not one person in my high school class that went to my middle school, and I didn't play a lot of school sports when I was in middle school. So it's not like I knew people from other schools either. I literally just did not know anyone, and it was terrible. And then I feel like I tried to become friends with the really popular kids in my class, and I am not friends with any of those people today. Like, when I graduated, I was not friends with any of those people, and I have not talked to them since the last day of grade 9. So I feel like you should not just be trying to become friends with people because they are popular, because I promise you that that is not going to work out. I thought that if I made friends with those people, then I would be popular too, and I'd have all these friends, but that didn't work. I had friends for a while that I talked to never again after the last day of grade 9, and that is the honest truth. And I really regret trying to become friends with those people, because there was probably a lot of other really nice people in that class that I could have become friends with if I wasn't so focused on trying to become friends with people who weren't actually my friends. So don't try to become friends with people because they're popular. Actually be genuine and real, and Be nice to everyone in your class, and then you will see who's nice back and wants to be your friend. Like, if you are being really nice to a person and they're just being a bitch to you all the time and like being mean and toxic, they're probably not a good person to be friends with. But if you're being really nice to someone who's also being really nice to you, then they're probably the right person to be friends with. Even if they're not necessarily the most popular person in the class, that's okay. Honestly, popularity does not matter in high school, which I'm gonna get into in the next tip. But yeah, honestly, just be friends with people who are nice to you and you will be so glad that you did. The other thing that I wanted to say about friendships quickly is not every time, not every fight you have with a friend needs to be an all-out drama that the entire school hears about. Honestly, I feel like this is another one from TV shows, because every time like the main characters have drama, everyone in the school has heard about it, and that's just so unnecessary. I've definitely gotten in some fights in high school, like not like physical fights, but like fights over text message that I'm looking back on and I'm like, that was so unnecessary. If you don't want to be friends with someone, if you feel like someone is toxic, obviously don't stay in that friendship, but there is a way to do it. You can just talk to them in person and just say, hey, like I just feel like we've like grown apart quite a bit. We don't share the same values or interests or things like that. It's nothing against you. I just don't want to be friends. It does not need to be an all-out like brawl texting battle, and don't end a friendship with someone over text, because I learned that lesson the hard way. And I'm looking back on some of these text messages that I sent and then the other person sent too, like it was two-sided, but like how immature we were, and I just realized that is so stupid. So not every single fight that you have in high school with a friend needs to be like an all-out like huge drama fight. Like it just doesn't. So please do not be that person. It doesn't help anyone, and it just makes you feel bad, so don't do it. Okay, this is something I'm just gonna briefly touch on because I know it is something that people who are entering high school are very concerned about, myself included, and that is popularity. And I am here to tell you, as somebody who just graduated, it is 100% worthless. I spent way too much time wanting to be popular in grade 9 and 10 and trying to figure out what I could do to get myself to be popular. And then it was in grade 11 and 12 where I realized that I'm like, wow, this is absolutely worthless and doesn't mean anything. And I feel like the sooner you realize that, the sooner that you can actually make genuine friends. And once you make genuine friends, it honestly does not matter if you are popular or not, because you just have a really great circle of friends around you. So it doesn't matter if you're popular because you have a bunch of friends anyway. So I feel like if you're chasing popularity and trying to be popular and trying to be friends with all the popular people, like I kind of talked about in the last tip, I tried to do this and it does not help. You're not gonna make any genuine friends doing this. And I just realized how much time I wasted trying to chase popularity that is literally worthless. So yeah, it's pretty simple, honestly. Just be friends with the people you want to be friends with and don't worry about what other people think of you in high school. Like, just be nice to people, and if you're nice to people and that's what you focus on, honestly, lots of people will like you anyway. So I feel like if you were trying to fake it and trying to act a certain way for other people, then you're actually gonna end up not being popular at all. But if you're genuine and nice and be yourself, you'll actually make quite a lot of friends that are actually care about you, which is awesome. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is grades in high school. So I do have a couple videos about this, like how to get good grades, things like that. So if you want any of those tips, I have a whole school playlist that I'll link down below. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk about the importance of grades and things like that when it comes to college, and not even necessarily just grades and the other things that are important in college. I also did a whole video on how I got into college, which is under my college videos playlist, which again, linked down below. But yeah, I feel like your grades are definitely very important, not even just for the number themselves, but just building those study habits when you're young. Because when you're in grade 9 and 10, maybe your grades don't necessarily matter for getting into college, but they do matter for a couple of things. One, when you're in grade 11 and 12 and your grades actually do matter for college, you're not just going to be able to suddenly like snap your fingers and start getting good grades. No, it takes quite a while. You need to learn your study habits. You need to learn how you study best. You need to learn where you study best, what time you study best, if you like what kind of note-taking style works best for you, things like that. These things take time. That's why in grade 9 and 10, I recommend really trying to get good grades, even if colleges aren't going to see them, because it really, really does matter for the grades that colleges are going to see. So don't just think, oh, I'll start trying in grade 11, because it's going to be so much harder than you realize. And I know there are some people who can turn it around in grade 11 and do really try, and they do end up getting good grades when they weren't previously getting good grades in grade 9 and 10, but you'll just make it so much easier on yourself if you try to make these study habits young. The other thing that I wanted to talk about when it comes to like grades and things like that is know that they are not the only thing that matter. Colleges ask you to write essays for a reason, so focusing on extracurriculars and things like that when you're in high school is really important. You might get into college over somebody who has way better grades than you if they have no extracurriculars and you have really great ones and you write a really strong essay proving how they shaped you. One of the ones that I recommend to any of my younger friends and like people that go to my school and people in my comment section who ask me what extracurriculars that they should take, volunteering is always the one that I recommend. And I feel like it honestly really helped me get into college because I wrote like 2 of my essays on volunteering, and I think that it helped me so much. Obviously not just get into college, like it just helped me in my life in general. It taught me a lot and I actually genuinely enjoyed doing it. I just feel like it's something that you should do in high school. If it's not required by your school, do it anyway. It'll help you get into college and it will just help you learn so much, and I feel like it really shaped who I am as a person today. So yes, focus on your grades, but also focus on your extracurriculars and pick extracurriculars that are fun. Don't just pick extracurriculars you think will get you into college, because colleges can tell if you hate it and you're not gonna get it. So pick ones that you enjoy and that you can write a strong essay about when you get to college, and ones that you feel like will help you make friends and really just shape who you are in high school, because that's what high school is all about. And I feel like it really teaches you a lot of things, which is why I'm making this video, to kind of talk about some of the things that I have learned. I also made like a 17 things I learned at 17 video with a lot more like in detailed lessons just about life in general, and I feel like a lot of those things kind of came from what I learned while I was in high school, obviously. So I feel like high school does teach you a lot, and I feel like you have the opportunity to learn from your high school experience. Some people never do, but I feel like there is the potential to learn from it. So I really hope that these tips did help you guys and that you enjoyed the video and these tips. If you want a part 2 to this series, I can definitely do one, so just let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go subscribe to Kate. Again, channel's linked down below, and go check out her video on middle school advice. And yeah, I really hope you guys all enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!